What's up, people? It's $5 Friday, aka Fine Nigga Friday. Let me go ahead and share this video over there onto the over here to the Twitter and things. Hey girl, hey boy, hey. I'm only on Facebook because I'm only on YouTube because Facebook be fucking up. Happy Friday, people. Happy Friday, people. I came on to remind you guys that tonight, the one night only 125 promo code for Paid for Your Say, it ends tonight. So I know it's Friday, and I know some of you all may have forgotten. I know some of you may not have taken your ginkgo biloba memory pills, and you may have forgotten, but I am here to remind you. Amen. Hey, girl, hey. Come on, Simply Shonda over in Spain. You better be international. What's up, Mimi Parker? I appreciate you sending me that Paid for Your Say thing. I just applied for it, so hopefully I get it. What's up, Mr. D? Lace Knot, Shonda Payton. Who else is in here? Hit the like button for me, please. Mantra. Hit the like button. Heavy Kev. Please hit the like button, the share button, the subscribe button. It just started raining. I am grateful for the rain, amen, because the rain rinses away everything that you don't need. What's up, Alicia? I had to pull over to set up this video, amen. I had to pull over to set up this video. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat. I just left from the gym. What's up, Michael Elliott, Henry? I'm grateful for this rain also because that means I don't have to get outside and water my plants and trees, amen. Please hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you to everyone that's already sent a Cash App for $5 Friday. I appreciate you. What's up, D-Mist? I didn't think I was hungry, but I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I didn't think I was going to be hungry. What's up, Aaron? What's up, Aaron? Hey, boy, hey. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is the YouTube live version of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Come on, rain. I love that it's raining, all right? I'm gonna water my plants and stuff. I'm going to see my girl Tidra Moses tonight. But before that, I'm gonna meet a friend of mine for cocktails. I'm meeting him at 7 o'clock. What's up, Rachel Smart? Dewan Chisholm. It's raining something terrible out here. Can y'all hear that rain? What's up, Karen Ferguson from the UK? What's up, Karen Ferguson? Where are you in the UK? I'm curious to know where you are. What's up, Monica Dudley? Hey, girl, hey. I'm stacking up these one-on-ones. That's my alarm clock. We're stacking up these one-on-ones. So if you want to book a one-on-one, go on over to my website. What's up, Big Mike? Ama. Hey, girl, hey. Go over to my website and shoot me an email. Or you can email me directly, booktherewriter@gmail.com. It's raining cats and dogs, baby. It is raining cats and dogs. I think I see a few men that just dropped out of the sky, too. Mantra says she coming to Georgia next month. What's up, Keisha Ford? Oh, so listen, I did watch the Mary J. Blige wind down last night. Can you guys hear me? Because it sounds like it's raining real hard. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me, niece? Can you hear me? What's up, Michelle Howard? I see a bunch of y'all did sign up last night for Paid for Your Say. Y'all weren't playing with that new promo. Okay, Alma says she can hear me. Mantra says she can hear me. So I did watch the wind down last night. It's on BET. I probably need to watch it on BET Plus because they bleep out a lot of the words on regular BET. So like when they were cursing or saying certain things, you didn't really know what they were saying because they bleeped it out. But I did enjoy it. I will say we could hear you over anything. Dewan, you tried it. The window against the window pane. Come on, that's a song lyric. But I did watch it last night. I enjoyed it. I will say this. I'll say it again. I don't understand why they were sitting indoors on those couches in those fur coats. It just looked so uncomfortable to me. I was just like, can y'all relax a bit? Like, why did they have to be so overdone? Now, I can see if they were meeting on a rooftop and they were outdoors, like if it was a rooftop in New York or DC or wherever they were, and they were sitting on a rooftop talking and it was outdoors and it was creating atmosphere, that's sure, that's one thing. But y'all sitting indoors. And Taraji at one point said, I'm hot. I guess so. You sitting there drinking alcohol and sitting there with a fur coat on, I'd be hot too, niece. Very ghetto fabulous. Ooh, I done turned out here. It was very ghetto fabulous. And so I was just like, okay, I guess. And so, but I did enjoy the conversation. I got a special or an extra appreciation for Carisha. I never really followed her. Only thing I knew was like stuff that went viral, things that she said, like period, and just different things. And Carisha, please, stuff like that. But I never really followed her. But she was making a lot of valid points. Like, I really appreciate what she was saying about relationships and dating and how she's really, enjoying her career, and she doesn't have time for any man who's insecure, and that's just like, well, where you at now? What you doing? She's like, fuck that. Where you at? Where the fuck you at? You know what I'm saying? So like, I really appreciated her point of view, because it's just like, don't be trying to hold me down. Like, be supportive of what I'm doing. Don't be insecure. She's like, men are really extra insecure. Like, I really appreciated what she was saying. And I could really see the difference in the dynamic between her generation and Mary and Taraji. Like, her perspective is completely different. And I will say this. Now that I've watched it, I do get the sense that Taraji is really in a lot of pain, emotional pain. I really get the sense that she's hurting. And I hope that she gets whatever healing she needs. I hope she gets whatever breakthrough she needs. Because there was moments where she did break down and she was crying and she was just saying how you just never know what a person is going through and what makes them cry at night before they go to bed and that kind of thing. So it made me wonder, like, what kind of emotional pain is she really facing and what is she really going through? And Mary, on the other hand, Mary just seems just wounded and broken still. Like, I do think that she is in a better place where she's healing and she's feeling herself and she's loving herself a lot more and in a way that she's never loved herself. But Mary just feels just so hurt to me. And like, she just seems so guarded. And even in the way she was explaining certain things, I just get the sense that she'll never be just like, I hate to say this, but I just get the sense that she'll never really fully be happy in love or with love. You know what I'm saying? I think she'll always be guarded. But it was interesting because today, as I was reflecting and thinking about the conversation, I wish I was there. But listen, Justin, when Carisha said she enjoys men and women, I said, yeah, maybe Mary need to try a woman. I was like, maybe she need to. And Carisha was like, you just might need to be drunk or on an edible and just try it. Mary did not say she dove in the lady pond. She never said that. Carisha is the only one. Look at Will Kim spreading rumors. Carisha is the only one that says she's done it. Yeah, I agree. Mary's, her thing is still fresh. But I also think that Mary, like Taraji said something really important. She said, I've drawn these kind of men in. Young Miami is Carisha. That's the girl from the City Girls. It's like, Taraji took responsibility and said, I have to take responsibility because I drew these type of men in. She created a pattern. And I've talked to you guys about patterns before. Like sometimes you get stuck in a dating pattern. And then when something healthy shows up in your life, you don't know how to receive it. And you don't know how to appreciate it because you're on this consistent revolving door, this revolving pattern of the same kind of broken men and the same kind of broken relationships. But the thing that I wanted to say was, I was thinking, like, if I was in that room and I was having a conversation with them, I would have said to them, let's step back for a moment and think about the kind of men that you have been drawn to, the kind of men that you've been attracted to. And I've talked about this on this live before because many of you are the same way. Y'all want the guy that's, y'all want the street nigga. Let me just keep it all the way 100. A lot of y'all want that street nigga. Y'all want that nigga that's fly. He flashy, he got all this swag, because that's all he got is swag. He ain't got no future, he ain't got no career, ain't got no education, ain't got no decent job with good benefits. See, y'all like the men that flunked out of school. They may have been a hustler for a little moment in time. They got a GED. They got a couple kids by a few different women. See, some of y'all drawn to that. And so it's like, the guy who was in those books, the engineer major, the pre-med major who ain't had no money, he was corny. Like that girl is now talking about Michael B. Jordan is corny. I don't understand that. And I'm so sick of seeing that story floating around on social media talking about he corny. No, you corny because you sitting here letting us know that you knew him back then. You letting us know that you knew him back then. Have y'all seen that meme where it says, someday somebody's gonna be telling people, oh, I knew him, I know him. That's what she's doing. You weren't cool with the guy who was walking around with the fish heads on. Remember my people from the DMV that know about fish heads? They had the generic shoes on, the little sneakers on, the off-brand shoes. You understand? He didn't have the latest and greatest sneakers. He was corny. Y'all wanted the guy that could send y'all to the hair salon and to the nail salon. He had the little flashy car and had the gold chain and had a gold tooth or two. See, that's the guy that y'all were drawn to. And then you don't understand why he can't be emotional. And you want to know why he can't be. Right, the guys who ain't got nothing but always keep a woman. Come on, somebody. Let them know in the comments, Don. You know what I mean? Y'all like them niggas that ain't got shit. And see, the guy who's clean cut and polished, that can speak in complete sentences, you overlooking him because he corny. Y'all overlooking him because he corny. Because he's a mama's boy. And he had a curfew. He had a curfew. You wanted the nigga that could sit out in the streets all night, that was standing on the corner, rolling dice and shit. Huh? That's who y'all wanted. But see, that ain't the kind that's marriage material most times. Most times. I'm not saying that none of them are marriage material because some of them do clean up. But you don't want the guy, and I'm not at all saying that the corny guys are always relationship material because they can sometimes be fuckboys too. Because see, sometimes once their swan really starts to, you know what I mean? Once they start to really blossom, that corny guy, sometimes when they start to blossom, they start to smell themselves, as my aunts would say. Oh, he's starting to smell himself now. He's starting to smell himself. You know, once he starts to, get some swag about him, then they sometimes become players. So I'm not saying that that's always the way to go. But what I'm saying is, you got to start with a decent hand, niece. Y'all start with them hustlers, the bad boys. Y'all like them bad boys. And then you want to know why you can't tame him. You want to know why you can't tame him. That's who y'all like. The ones that can't be tamed. The one that's been in jail a few times. The one that you got to get on the visiting list, and then you get down to the jail. And child, he walking in his little flip-flops, the water just running down the street. And he walking in his flip-flops. Ma'am, get out of the way. What are you doing? He walking down in his flip-flops. His feet are just wet. The water just muddy going down the street. But you like the guy that got that you got to go visit in jail, and then you get down to the jail and you realize that you're not the only woman that's on the visiting list. There's another girl down there with a stroller. You don't hear me. You don't hear me. You get down to the jailhouse and you realize that you ain't the only one on the visiting list. Huh? Y'all know what I'm talking about. See, y'all don't want to hear that. And so my thing is, I wanted to say to Mary and Taraji, see, y'all like them hustler kind of niggas. Y'all don't want the book smart guys. You want the hustler. You want the guy that's taking you to the sizzler with that drug money. Huh? You don't want the guy that want to go to the museum and they want to watch a documentary. That ain't the guy you want. And then when you end up with your heart in your hand and you curled up in a corner because you find out he got 2 and 3 other babies' mamas. Some of y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Some of y'all don't want to hear it. But see, some of y'all picking up what I'm... Go ahead and send it to the Cash App. But I thought about that. It's just like, those are the guys that usually bring you the most pain. Those are the guys that usually bring you the most pain. The guys that can't be, the guys that are non-committal. Those are the non-committal guys. The guys that that weren't even on a trajectory to have a family and a house. They didn't even dream that far because they street niggas. That's all the ones that's gonna bring you a bunch of drama. But you all say that you want these good guys that have a pension and a benefit. And see, you don't realize that the kind of guy that you need, you don't realize the kind of guy you need until you later in your life. But in your prime years, you going for them hustlers. It ain't till you get older and you realize that you need that man to help you hold that household down. You need a man that's gonna be there to help cut that grass or take out that trash. See, that street nigga ain't doing it because he out in the streets. His first priority is the streets. That street nigga don't know nothing about going on vacation over to Thailand. He don't know nothing about going to Bora Bora or Phuket or Bali. All he know is Jamaica and the Bahamas and Miami. See, that's that little local nigga that you want. You just want that local nigga that's just trying to go to Detroit and DC and Miami. He think he doing something because he come down to Atlanta. He go to Charlotte to the CIAA shit. Yeah, come on now. He don't know nothing about no passport. So you want that local nigga. He's small in the mind. You don't want the nigga that's thinking beyond the neighborhood. The nigga that got dreams. You don't want the nigga that's sitting in there in books. See, Michelle Obama had her eye on a different kind of guy. Michelle Obama, you want the guy that's gonna help you pay for your BBL. You want the guy that's gonna help pay for your BBL. And see, and look, and this ain't just for the women. I'm talking to the gays too, because see, y'all love them thug niggas that ain't really gay. They gay, but they ain't really moving gay. And you think they're gonna romanticize you? No, they not doing that, because see, they ain't even trying to be with you. They ain't trying to be with you. They ain't with that punk shit. You want to be emotional on Valentine's Day and all that other fuck. Ain't no thug nigga trying to do all that punk shit. Y'all got the game fucked up. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. Social media really got relationships fucked up. You know how I say all of the time, you got to be mindful of what you digest in terms of the music that you're listening to. Stop listening to all that sad ass music. Stop listening to all them depressing ass reality TV shows, Love and Hip Hop, where they dragging these women's heart all through the mud. Excuse me, and all that other foolishness. But you also have to be mindful of what you watching and what you following on social media. Some of these pages where, let me tell you about one of them. One of these pages, they put the most toxic shit on social media about relationships. And I'm just like, y'all really follow this stuff? Like, you really got to be mindful of what you're reading. They got these relationships fucked up. Hold on, let me see something. Let me find it. It's just saying some of the most toxic things. And these are the things that y'all reading and taking as face value for relationships. Hold on, that's not it. Let me find it. Let me read you some of this nonsense. Here's one right here. When in doubt, new nigga it out. A lot of us are happy because we don't take niggas serious anymore. Like, when you start to bring, that low vibrational stuff, when you start to digest that stuff, it changes your perception on relationships. You think everything is negative. You don't trust anybody. You're extremely guarded. All you need to do is trust your instincts. Pay attention to your instincts. Your instincts will guide you every single time. And if you pay attention to your instincts, you don't have to be, like, there's a Facebook group now. Are we dating the same man? Like, if you got to do all of that stuff, if you got to be following a Facebook, how many of y'all in that Facebook group that I just told you about? Are we dating the same man? It's a page, it's a private page that some woman created, and I think it's out of LA. And it says, and you can post a picture of your man and for other women to comment to see whether or not he's dating them as well. There's one for the DC and Maryland. They popping up everywhere. And it's just like, wait, what? Y'all really don't know? Well, first of all, I don't have brain power for all of that kind of stuff. I don't have energy for that. If you got to be doing all of that, then you don't need to be dating. You don't need to be dating. If you're feeling like that, if your instincts are telling you that, then maybe you need to just step back. You don't need to go on some Facebook group to see, like, what? I don't understand that. I really don't. You know, and so, I mean, but a lot of that suspicion and anxiety and insecurity comes from the stuff that you watching or reading on social media. Stop reading that foolishness. Stop disrupting your chi. Okay? Stop disrupting your chi. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't get it. But back to the Mary J. Blige thing. I really wish I was in that room and I would have said, do you think that you need to change the type of guy that you're going after? You got to break that. You got to, as Iyanla Vanzant used to say, you got to interrupt the pattern. You got to interrupt your dating pattern. You know, because some of you, if you write down a list, now watch this, because I'm about to give you church on the Friday. Watch this. If you make a list of all of the people that you've dated, for the lesbians, write down all of the women that you've dated. For my non-binary people, write down all of the people that you've dated. For all my queer people, gay people, bisexual, straight women, write down all of the people that you've ever dated. And what I want you to do is, I want you to write down the characteristics that they all have in common. Sometimes you're dating the same person, they just look different, they have different names. It's the same cast of characters. Because you haven't taken time to interrupt the pattern. You haven't taken time to step back from your relationship to say, let me recalibrate. This is my Iyanla Vanzant right here. Let me recalibrate. Let me reset so that I can look at this dating scene with fresh eyes. Because see, you don't have fresh eyes. When you don't take yourself off the market, you got to take yourself off the market. And once you take yourself off the market and then you reintroduce yourself, you have fresh eyes. You can see things differently. You can see things more clearly. It'd be like you went and laid in the chair and got LASIK surgery. Because them eyes would be clear. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. But you got to step back. See, some of y'all so afraid to be alone. I didn't say lonely. Some of y'all so afraid to be alone. Huh? See, Maya said I attract narcissists. But see, you got to interrupt the pattern. You're attracting these narcissists because you're not paying attention to the lessons. And the lesson repeats itself until what? Until we learn it. That's why you keep getting these narcissists. See, there's an energy, there's a vibration that you're sending out, and it's like, do, your antenna going up, and they looking for you. They coming to look for you, Gayanla Van Zandt. They coming to look for you because you didn't put that antenna up. You got to stop putting that antenna up. You got to do something different. See, some of y'all get locked into a type. Let me come over here with my good eye, because see, this sty is still here. Let me come over here with my good eye. See, some of y'all get locked into a type. He got to be a certain height. He got to be a certain complexion. You understand what I'm saying? You get caught up in a type. And what happens is when you get locked into a type, you get locked into a pattern. And see, then you can't break that pattern. Because see, it's like a revolving door. You know those revolving doors when you go into the mall and you go into that door and you try to scoot in real quick? It's one of those revolving doors. You locked in that revolving door. You're like a hamster on a wheel, just running on the same wheel. You got to get off that wheel. Take a break, niece. Get you a bottle of water. Sit down. Wipe your brow. Be single for 6 months. Be single for a year. Be single for a year. I didn't say you couldn't date and have a little nook on the side from time to time. But date. Keep your heart for yourself for a year. And then you approach the dating landscape differently. You have fresh eyes. But see, some of y'all are so afraid of being alone. I guess I'm talking to myself. They don't hear me. I don't think they hear me. Lavelle hears me. Thank you for that. Thank you for the cash app, Lavelle. Lavelle hears me. But you got to be free. You got to get still, niece. You got to get still. And sometimes you got to be celibate or abstinent. Let me say that. Sometimes you got to be abstinent for a moment. Because see, then there's a different level of clarity that comes. See, that third eye gets to opening up. When you abstinent, you got to sometimes please yourself. You got to sometimes please yourself until you get clear up here and get clear in here. You got to interrupt that pattern. Thank you, Faith Daily, for the super chat. You got to get clear, niece. You got to get clear. But see, some of y'all be like, oh, it's cuffing season. You know, when the winter time comes. Now, all of a sudden, you want to get snuggled up under somebody because it's getting cold outside. No, snuggle up under your blanket, niece. That's what you do. Snuggle up under your motherfucking blanket. Get your earphones on because I might cuss a little bit. It's Friday. Snuggle up under that motherfucking blanket. Get you one of those Snuggies from off the TV. Order one of them Snuggies and lay your ass down with a hot cup of coffee, cocoa, or tea. Warm your damn self up. Get you a space heater. That's what you do. But see, again, that social media got y'all fucked up. Y'all reading that social media. Y'all reading all those memes and shit. And talking about, yeah, it's about to be winter. Who I'm about to snuggle up on? I'm on break right now. You got to take yourself off the market sometimes. And then then soon as April roll around and it's starting to get warm outside, you're getting a little itch in your panties. Them panties get the twitching because you want to be touched in a certain kind of way because it's getting warm outside. And you starting to wear them little slinky dresses that be falling all over your breast and stuff and all over your hips. And gay boys, you start wearing them extra small medium shirts and your nipples coming through and shit, and you wearing them too small shorts. And them little stringy tank tops, and you going to the gym and shit, and your muscles popping out, and you starting to get that little tingle, and your Bucci cat, and your penis start percolating down in your little Fruit of the Loom underwear. and it's getting warm outside, and so you starting to get that little itch, slow down. Slow your fucking ass down. Slow your motherfucking ass down. You still on break, remember? You on break. You taking a respite. You taking a respite. You know, you are ready for, you know, you going to these little pool parties. I'm talking to the gay men now. You going to these little pool parties and you wearing these little string bikinis and shit, and you strolling back and forth because you trying to be seen. Sit your ass down. Sit your hot ass down. You down to the Miami for sizzle. I'm talking to the gay boys now. You down to Miami for sizzle. And every time I look up, you down to the Dominican Republic. Now you going to Brazil and you out to California and shit. Sit your hot ass down. I ain't just talking to the women. I'm talking to all y'all. Gay, straight, bi. Thank you, Kathy Yvette, for the super chat. I'm talking to the gays, the straight, the trans, the non-binary, the pansexuals, the intersex, the queer, everybody, the heterosexuals, the uncertain. Sit your asses down. But I really wish I could have been in that room with them last night or whenever it was. I watched it last night. Well, actually, I watched it this morning. But I wish I could have been there. It's like, have you interrupted the pattern? Have you tried to date differently? You know, people are quick to say, oh, well, he's really not my type, or she's not really my type. Well, what's your type? Because, see, my type stopped working. I stopped being bothered with a type when I was in my 20s, and y'all know I'm halfway to 50. My type stopped working. My type was dark skin, black, purple black, bitch. Like not really purple black, but I like them dark. And I used to like nice full lips. Thank you, Brenda White, for the super chat. I used to like nice full lips, nice white teeth. Now, you can't be walking around in my face look like you done chewed up some rocks. Now, I still like nice teeth. I need to know that you go to the dentist. I do need to know that. And I need to know that you at least brush twice a day. So, but I had to abandon my type. I had to abandon because my type didn't work. My type didn't work. I had to figure out who loved me. I had to figure out who loved me. I couldn't get into, he got a nice body and, he keeps a nice fade. Fuck that fade. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you got to break away from that type and get into the shit that really matters. Who can I build a life with? Who can I build a future with? Who adores me? Who's not in competition, but they're trying to work with me? Who really understands what partnership is? Michelle Howard, my Cash App is $the writer. THEWRITER. Thank you. But you got to get into who adores me. You understand what I'm saying? Who can I build with? Who can I trust? And there are degrees of trust. Right? I need to be able to trust that you make good decisions in your own life. Because if you make good decisions in your own life, then I can trust that you're going to make good decisions for us. Right? But see, some of y'all, he got to wear the latest and greatest. And I don't like the way he dressed. He ain't my type. He's so corny. I don't like the way he dressed. Fuck that. You can redirect him. And I don't mean the first month. But you can get him to change how he dresses, niece. And again, I don't mean the first month. Because see, some of y'all get to dating people and you want to change how they dress the first week. Now, it's a slow burn, niece. You got to slowly show him that bullshit he wearing ain't nice. That shit he wearing is corny. Or that his haircut ain't right. He got that bold fade. No, you got to show him over time. You ain't trying to change him overnight. You think Barack Obama was wearing the good shit back then? He was broke, but he was working on that law degree. Huh? What's his character saying? What kind of character does he have? What is he doing when you're not around? You don't want to be with somebody that you got to police. You got to helicopter. You got to be hovering around to make sure he doing right. You nervous every time he go out of town, or you nervous every time you ain't talked to him for 2, 3, 4 hours. You don't trust them, niece. There are degrees of trust. Now, I'm going to tell you like I know. People are designed to let you down. People are designed to let you down. Doesn't mean that it's intentional, but we're all flawed. So I don't care who you love or who you get into a relationship with. They are going to let you down at some point. They are going to disappoint you. They are going to hurt you. Not intentionally. You don't want to be with somebody that's going to hurt you intentionally, but they're going to hurt you because that's a part of the process of just being a human and just learning. And that's the dance that comes, like this, that slow dance. Like you have to dance. It's a dance. And every now and then your partner is going to step on your toe. And you can be, that shit hurt. But you want to be with somebody who's going to self-correct. You want to be with somebody that's going to self-correct. You want to be with somebody that's going to step back and say, oh, babe, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I understand that I hurt you. I don't mean these motherfuckers that's going to be out here cheating on you consistently. And they're going to keep coming back and apologizing because they know that you're going to accept them. After you're going to be mad for about 3 months. Oh, she'll be all right. She's going to get over it. Oh, he going to be all right. He going to get over it. I already know how this works. He going to be pissed off with me for about 3 months. And then we're going to get back together. Now, I don't mean shit like that. I mean a person who recognizes that they hurt you and they want to be better. They want to self-correct. They're accountable. And they can come to you and say to you, babe, I'm sorry. I really fucked up. And they're going to earn your trust back. They're going to earn your forgiveness. That's partnership. That is partnership. But see, some of you are so unforgiving. And I know that because I used to be really unforgiving. Some of you are unforgiving. You forget that we're human. We're all fallible. We're all fallible. We're all flawed. And you have to leave room for people to be human. You have to leave room for people to make a mistake. But you can't be so unforgiving and so begrudging that you're really willing to run for the smallest infraction. Because if you run today for small things, you'll run every day for the rest of your life. I'm going to say it again. You'll run every day for the rest of your life. Some of you are still in flight right now. Some of you take flight. Soon as there's an issue that comes up, you're ready to take flight. You're ready to run. You'll never have anybody. That's not how you build. You can't build on quicksand. You can't build on quicksand. Just like you can't build on broken. Did y'all hit the share button? Did y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button? You can't build on broken knees. You got to give people room to be human and to make mistakes. And I'm not talking about something as great as cheating, but even in instances of cheating, you got to determine what you can handle. Because I think in some instances, especially when it comes to cheating, if it's an isolated incident, that's one thing. If it's a pattern and your partner then had a whole relationship with somebody else, good luck and good night. Good luck and good night. You can't be... Now, if it's an isolated thing and you really believe in your soul, you really believe in your spirit. Now, I'm not telling you to say if your partner has cheated and your spirit is telling you to take, and your spirit is telling you to leave. If your spirit is telling you to leave, then follow your spirit. But what I'm telling you is, if your soul is telling you to give your partner another chance because you really believe in your soul that they made a mistake and that they truly, truly want to be better because of that mistake may be a benchmark in your relationship. It may be a new foundation for you to build on in your relationship, but you'll never know it if you're too begrudging, if you're so unforgiving. And again, you have to trust your instincts. I'm not telling you to stay if you're with a serial cheater. I'm not saying that, so don't mishear me. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying. But I'm also talking to those of you that are ready to run just because you have a simple argument with your partner. You understand what I'm saying? Some of you are waiting to run when you realize your partner isn't perfect. No relationship is going to be perfect. You're not always going to get along seamlessly. Those are the growth spots in your relationship. When there's conflict, those are the growth spots. You know, the beauty of a relationship is figuring out together how to overcome and how to move on. But see, some of you can't figure out and overcome because you're ready to take flight. You done already started running. You halfway down the block. You stubborn. You won't return a phone call. You won't return a text. You sitting there looking at the phone, seeing him or her or they or them, whatever your pronoun is. Got to be so damn politically correct today. You sitting there looking at the phone, knowing they calling. You sitting there looking at the text. You intentionally ignoring the text. That's counterproductive to your relationship. You don't hear me though. That's counterproductive. You can't say you want a relationship and you're doing things contrary to making it work. When you have a disagreement in your relationship, you got to be mindful of how you fight, of how you argue, of how you disagree. Because if your goal is for the relationship to continue, then you got to be mindful of how you fight. You can't say shit that's going to be cutthroat. You can't do things that are going to be hard to come back from. You want to always move in such a way that the relationship can be salvaged if that's what you want. If that's what you want. You can't say you want to be with somebody or say you love them and you're doing shit contrary to that. What sense does that make? And it's causing you all this pain. You going 2 and 3 days not talking, knowing you want to talk to them. Knowing you want to talk to them. And it's causing you more pain not to talk. That's your answer. And going back to the whole cheating thing, if your partner cheated and it's an isolated thing, right? And it's hurting you more to be away from them than it is to be with them, maybe it's easier to work through that cheating thing than it is to be apart. Because if it's causing you more pain to be apart, then figure it the fuck out. Take your asses to therapy. But if you're not the one that cheated, it's not your burden to fix it. It's not your burden to get back on track. Now you can suggest, hey babe, listen, this cheating thing, it hurt me. And here's what I'm proposing, that we get into therapy. But that person needs to show up. They need to earn your forgiveness. They need to earn your forgiveness. And they need to take the step. You shouldn't be doing all of the work is what I'm ultimately saying. You shouldn't be doing all of the work because you weren't the one that got the relationship off track. Right? So I'm tying all of this into the Mary J. Blige thing last night because again, it's like we focus a lot on how people hurt us in relationships, and we don't spend enough time thinking about how we hurt other people when we were in relationships, or how we mishandled people. We don't think about the people that we dated that we mishandled, right? We only think about the people that we were in relationships with. But what about the people that you dated, that you mishandled, that you knew that you weren't interested in, but you strung them along and dragged them along because you enjoyed going out to dinner and you enjoyed that they paid your little cell phone bill or they gave you a few dollars, they greased your palm every now and then with a few dollars, and then you left them and went and got into another relationship. We don't think about that. That's karmic energy, karma. That's karmic energy. That shit has to come back. Whatever you put out, it has to come back. Good, bad, or indifferent. And it doesn't always come back to you from the person that hurt you or the person that helped you. But it's coming back. And let me tell you about that girl, Karma. Karma's a bad bitch. Karma will say, don't you need to see me? Don't you need to see me? I need them $4. Karma will come to you and be like, I need $4 from you. And Karma will know you only got $2 to your name. And Karma is giving very much, I don't give a fuck. I need $4 from you. Karma's like, I need it now. She gonna come when you are the least prepared. That's how karma works. But on that note, niece, I got to go because I got to meet a friend of mine. All right, so you guys have an amazing Friday. Have an amazing weekend. I uploaded some Patreon today. Keon uploaded a Patreon for our Patreon today as well. I'm going to give you guys some more Patreon this weekend. Have an amazing, amazing, amazing weekend. All right, I hope I said something that's going to provoke you to think. My goal every time that I go live is to send some sort of a vibration into the universe to shift you, to shift the way that you think, to shift the way that you see yourself, to challenge the way you think. All right? Bye, y'all. Appreciate your support. Bye.